Hello, hello. Welcome to day 1506 of Connecting the Thoughts. Quote for today is borrowed confidence pays off. Borrowed confidence pays off. More on this on the other side of the show reel with my star speaker of the week, Pulkit. I will catch you on the other side of the show reel. Bring in your friends for this amazing conversation. Welcome back to the conversation. I have with me Pulkit, who is the star speaker of the week. He's taken up the 5 day consistency challenge. He is a startup monk. He is an early stage investor, a design thinker, a coach, and beyond everything, an amazing human being. So, without further ado, I bring to you Pulkit. Welcome.
Hi, Ruqya. How are you? How's everybody?
I I am good. So, Pulkit, today we are talking about borrowed confidence pays off. And what does borrowed confidence mean to you? Is what I would like to know.
Right. I think the moment I read that line, on the screen right now, the first thing that comes to my mind is how one would perceive borrowed confidence, and I feel if you had to define borrowed confidence, it would had to be more in a vocabulary which I would put it, which is encouragement or support, or having the confidence in somebody, that you would give, so that it makes the other person better in
Hmm.
what they're doing.
Yep. So for me, when I thought of borrowed confidence, what came to my mind was looking at either a future projection of ourselves or a past person that we may have been where we've achieved certain goals and say look back at either of those personalities during a downtime and just borrowing that confidence so that it pays off for the now in the now that we are.
Right. So I would say this from a very simple a story, which I can recollect from my past, as you were saying that, is when I was first time learning how to ride a cycle.
Mm.
And, I started off having two side wheels on the cycle, and it was in a figurative way speaking, it's a borrowed confidence. But then I realized my dad took it off, and he would be behind me running with the cycle, and he would keep supporting me, keep saying a couple of words. Yeah, 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 you're doing good, you're doing good, you're getting there, you're balancing it yourself. And I remember that I have not forgotten that moment, because there's this one time, I don't know how many have experienced this, but he he was running with me, he was pushing me, and few seconds later I stopped my cycle and I looked back, and he was 50 meters back. And while that process was going on, I didn't even realize when I had started riding the cycle myself. And kept thinking that he's still behind me, he's running with me, he's behind me, so that I don't fall. And I cannot forget that moment, because the moment I looked back and I saw him 50 meters, I was like, I was riding the cycle myself. So I think that in a way is a connection to that borrowed confidence, which pays off. And
Mm.
sometimes you need to embrace it yourself, look inwards and be like, where can I get this strength from to deal with this difficult situation? Or how can you look into somebody and tell them that, you know what, this person has the talent, or this person needs that confidence, so that they can go from good to great, right? So
Exactly.
that's what my thoughts are on it.
I love it. So what you're telling me is also what how it's speaking to me is it's also about not just borrowing confidence from your own experiences, but also looking outward at who you can trust to acquire that confidence in yourself. For instance, your dad, running with you and knowing that. So it's which brings me to the point that it's important who the people in our space are they the ones who are giving us this confidence, or are they the ones who are sucking away the confidence? Because it works both ways, right?
Hmm. Right. So, taking it from where we were yesterday, when we speak of having a neutral position, or at least having that camera view, right? Not my view, not your view. I think you would be able to come up with finding confidence within that conversation or within people around you. Tons of time I've coached people who come from a very well off family, but there is something that is still missing, and that is that confidence, because everything
Mm,
is given. Sometimes when people are in difficult situations, especially during the pandemic, they couldn't relate to how to deal with it.
mm.
um, and at times it is required. I mean, Roger Federer did not become number one or the greatest player, on the day one. His
Yep,
coach had to give him that confidence to believe that, no, you're doing good. This defeat doesn't mean you're not good. I mean, and it's a process.
exactly.
In a way, it's a process.
Definitely is. And speaking of processes, we're also doing a process where we're together, working on 5 days of consistency. It could be a stretch. Also knowing that you have your own plans for the day, and then to make that time to be here and present and share. So thank you so much, Pulkit, for your time. Anything that you'd like to share around the quote, or anything else as we close this session and this conversation for today?
You know what? I can't think of a quote, but I mean, if I were to put it in, couple of plain simple words, I would say that, there is a lot of surprise inside us. We can draw that strength from so many things that, you can surprise yourself. I tell a lot of coaches that, you have so much beauty, but we're geared to look at negatives and look at other things, which takes away that way to embrace, what goodness is around us and where we can draw the strength from. So, to all the viewers or anybody who's watching, it is very important for people to know that, you have it in you, and sometimes you need to look at from a positive mindset. And I think now I can relate to what Bruce Lee said is, be water, my friend. I mean, and it is a very powerful line. Do you want to be that rock, or do you want to be that water around that rock? It's your choice, and you can take strength from that.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. We have Gopalan who's watching. Hello, hello. Thank you for watching. And he says, borrowed confidence pays off with interest too. Yes, it definitely does. It's just about understanding how you're doing it, and also understanding that fine line between confidence and overconfidence. I'm going to keep that for another time. If this conversation has been of value to you guys, please write in comments saying, I am confident. Take action. Don't just listen, take action. Be accountable to the affirmation you're putting in. Thank you, Deepa, for watching us all the way from India. Thank you so much. And again, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the channel, tag a friend who needs to receive this message. Thank you, Pulkit, for your time. And until tomorrow, keep smiling, keep shining, stay safe. And thank you for connecting the thoughts with me. Thank you so much. I am confident. Thank you, Gopalan. You definitely are. And I want you on this frame very soon with me. Next